to talk radio, talk radio. That's right. Christ Revolution is bigger than hip hop. I'm in the house, y'all. I'm in the house. Brother Moses here. For those of you that don't know me, get to know me. Because the truth of the matter is, we got something that's bothering our minds, and we are going to pray to the Lord to let us know, to let us be stronger in pushing this truth out. This truth in the understanding of revelation, the revealing of our Messiah, and the truth behind hip hop, because it's bigger than hip hop. Okay, so I'm having a meal so I don't have a temper tantrum, because one thing I can't stand is the way TikTok works. One, two, and they steal from everybody, and they completely put you to rest with your lies, because they take all your content that are true and they keep acting foolish. But we're not going to talk about that today. We talking about Christ's revolution is bigger than hip hop. And another thing that's bothering me so tough, so hard, is some of these Caribbean people want to regard Selassie or some kind of Middle Eastern Ethiopian like God. They want to name Selassie as God, and they think he's God. These Benjamite, Rastafari, foolish ass niggas want to be very stupid in their own way of pushing anything out there. Look at these fools, always want to believe any foolish dancing that ain't have nothing to do with the Negro that the scriptures speak of. Deuteronomy 28 to 48 to 68 speaks of us, the people that are the revolution. And when we say Christ revolution is bigger than hip hop, we really truly mean Christ Shakur. It's time for this truth to be revealed in its most transparent way as possible, because all the children know, all the people that have good souls and spirits, and they see the work that was done. Selassie could have never done that type of work in politics. It ain't about politics. It was an election. Okay? For all we know is Selassie could have been somebody that could have sparked something, but he is definitely not Christ. Okay? Selassie from Ethiopia is not even Negro. Okay? Y'all want to play games with this foolishness, making me don't want to even take a bite of my food. Or because clowns want to talk against the truth. The brother Christ Shakur, Tupac, is a brother that definitely is the cornerstone that was rejected. Y'all get what I'm saying? No, just take a seat and just relax. This is going to be a nice, I would give this 20, 30-minute, conversation with the Holy Spirit in my heart that is around me and inside of me right now, that Brother Moses I am is being revealed to let people know who the Christ Messiah is. I mean, all things will be brought back to our memory, our remembrance. You feel me? And I don't give a damn who's in the house, who's listening, who's talking this and who's going off and trying to, dictate what you want to say, but we going to speak the truth. Okay? As a matter of fact, I put a damn thing on the numbers so I don't see who's in the house, so y'all ain't distracting me. This is the foolishness that this has come to. It's so sickening how many people don't understand the reason why hip hop was so big. It was worldwide. It ran America, okay? Hip hop ran America. That's the reason why America's afloat, is because of hip hop. Look what happened when hip hop is finished. All LGBT fools, all these foolish people that don't even know anything but sexual perversions and constant putting themselves into this foolish economical lifestyle of depravity. People have no idea what they're doing with their lives anymore. Do you understand me? People think they have a job that's paying them over hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, but yet they sleeping with another man. A man sleeping with man, a woman sleeping with woman. And but yet they think they got a big job. They don't understand. Satan trying to cut your damn flipping ass into half. Put your ass against yourself. That's the wiles and the ways of the man. Okay? That's Christ Shakur spoke of. That's the first time I heard that, and then I heard it in the scriptures. Try to escape the wiles and the ways of the man. They will give you these tools. This is the wiles. These are all the tools of the enemy. My enemies, they want to talk this blasphemies. Why do you think the brother does that? I heard Shock G even said he used Martin Luther King's way of speech. He used Malcolm X's way of fierce delivery of truth. And he combined it with the Holy Spirit's understanding of the battle for the mind. Is to really show how we cast Caesar bogus, that's the white so-called Jesus, down. That's why everybody's remembering Tupac and wearing his t-shirt, his songs, everything is acting like how it was in 1993, 94, 95, 96, all the way. So now, it's been so amazing. We are mourning the brother. That's why he has a song called How Long Will They Mourn Me? I wish it could have been another. How long will they mourn my brother? These are all clues. These are all ways of understanding. Ain't no mystery. Ain't no mystery any longer as to who the Messiah is. We sick of these people out here want to say, oh, Selassie is the, it might have been, he's the king of Judah. Oh, no, he ain't no king of nothing. The Ethiopian people sold us out with the Arabs, okay? This is why when Moses was in Pharaoh's house before he became Moses, he brought Ethiopia to the house of Pharaoh when he was about to be called by God because that was in his task. He made sure he said, Pharaoh, I bring you Ethiopia. These are the people that are giving my people a problem. But he didn't want to tell Pharaoh that because Moses is about to be revealed to be told that your people are in the field. That's one thing, that Moses movie of Confusion, Charles Heston version, or whatever Hollywood crappy ass version. How you gonna have black and white people acting like they're all the same people in the same movie? You wanna have us carry these white folks on some kind of foolish chariot on our shoulders because they're not strong enough and they think they were with us and it was like this? No, they were never with us in Egypt like that. They were around the land of Jerusalem, which around Egypt and Africa, they were around us, but they were laughing at the Arabs, trying to put us into so-called Egyptian slavery, which is where Muslims and this so-called Islam started from, all in Egypt. Okay? And they started the slave trade first. Okay? And no matter how y'all don't want to believe or understand, why do you think all these Muslim, all these Islamic people are in our communities? Why do you think God is going to use them against Esau and against the so-called Hamites, Ethiopians? Why do you think they're the wildest, what you call fools in the jungle? The Arabs, they're the wildest fool in the jungle because they understand what they did in history was so wrong that they blamed the white man, but they put the white man on to say this is how you gotta control these people. They're the economics. They're the actual oil. Because they have no oil in Saudi Arabia. They're trying to take Nigeria's oil, Africa, whatever part of Africa, West Africa mainly, and trying to shelter us and put us down and constantly use perversions and constantly use economical tool like the American dollar and the bank system just to deprive West Africa and then use Ethiopia to keep West African down. Why do you think East Africa have a problem with West Africa? Why do you think South Africa now has a problem with West Africa? And then they extend the problem all the way to black Americans, which are mainly West African of origin, even if they were in the America before the slave trade. Why do y'all think? It's because this is an Arab conglomerate. Even white people are Arab-like. They're full of crap. This is all due to the fact of the Moorish rule that became a little bit of Israelites, and we had to enlist some of these so-called Islamic people to come help us fight the white man because they were coming at us, the wildins. But we shouldn't have used Islam in the Moorish days, 7-Eleven. You remember the store 7-Eleven? That's why they want to put that 7-Eleven, because they want to remember the time they were with us trying to pretend we're fighting the same beast. But no, they were part of the ones that sparked the beast against us. Why do you think Samson's story about Samson and Delilah? Because the Arabs are Palestinians, Philistines. They're the ones that are against us. They're the Antichrist. They are the anti-Messiah. You get it? Why Muslims pretend to know the truth? Or you a Muslim now? No more dope game? That's what the brother said on I Ain't Mad At You. He's talking to us. He ain't mad at us for being confused, because Arabs all over Africa trying to usurp control, trying to move and traffic our women and pretend to hold their women all hostage with habibi, habibi, like crappy, when their women are whores, full of nothing but vitriol. Why you think they speak like a snake? I never liked them sucking ass niggas. Arabs. Why you think a white woman even said during the Donald Trump, whatever, what you call election, she thinks Obama's is an Arab. And she was right, because we look at Obama like an Arab, which he is an Arab. That's why he's known to be like Satan. Oh, Moses, brother Moses is going to speak the truth today, and I have no fear of any clown. I'll tell you that much. Any clown thing, they're espionaging, trying to bring me into some kind of understanding of don't speak this shit, I swear to God, I will make you understand your role in this life. When I put my hands on you, you will not understand, because you will feel God's wrath. Don't you ever believe what you think you are. I put a prayer on your family, you will never understand what you think you're studying for. Don't you ever try to espionage me. I'm only here to show y'all the foolishness in our community is what these clowns gotta be understanding, that the threat is real. All you Arabs, all you so-called white tea folks, all you Chinese Arabs, and all the so-called Eastern foolish conceptions, y'all better get the hell up out of the motherland. Y'all better get up out of our neighborhood around the world, from America to Eastern Caribbean to Western Caribbean to everywhere around the world we reside, especially in Africa. Y'all better get up out of the land. Y'all better go back to your community. Go tell your people y'all are responsible for seeing us like this, because y'all have done a great job. Kudos to y'all. Y'all have done a great job confusing our people in the Tower of Babel with your Confucius tongue. Get your foolish snake tongue out of here. This is how they talk, like snakes. The apple don't fall far from the tree, y'all. And then they want to tell people he bit the apple. No, never bit the apple. The apple is the snake, which is a snake tongue. That Eve bit. That's why a lot of Arab Muslim women are like Somalian women, or like Ethiopian women, or like all these foolish Chinese women, or like all these so-called white women that look Arab, and Catholicism, and all this so-called Islam, all these people are all on one boat. They hate the Negro. Therefore, they hate the black woman for constantly producing Negroes that are going to confound these clowns with little ass penises that have nothing to do with us. They're not circumcised. They're full of competitive foolishness because they keep trying to test us and trying to act like they're like us. They not like us. Even Drake ain't like us. He got that little funny blood in him. He ain't never like us anymore. But God will judge. I'll leave that right there. Because he keep talking this crap. These women that are all mixed up ain't like us. It's about our black sisters that breed real Negroes, okay? That's who's under attack right now. And that's who we gonna save. We got no time for this. That's who Tupac was trying to save. To let them know through his music to hold on. Don't hate the ladies that make the babies. That's some of the clues out there, brothers. Don't hate the ladies that make the babies, because we need to make sure we bring the prophets back. We need to make sure we bring the warriors back. So some of these clowns, within the time of dispensation that comes from the Lord, the Spirit of God, will consume these assholes with just the spirit of our mouth. Speaking the commandment, like commanding it, thou shalt not steal. They're burning up. Thou shalt not kill. They're going crazy in their mind. You understand? Melanin technology? They don't have none. It's for a reason. Okay? I'm going to speak truth to this so they can all find a way to repent and understand that it's internal. But God said they can't repent. They are going to suffer. Why you think it's all over the Arabian Peninsula? War everywhere there. Because God is warring with them. Using the white T-man. Using Donald Trump's people. Just to let y'all know, this is bigger than hip-hop. Okay? Christ's revolution is bigger than hip-hop. Better yet, Christ's Shakur revolution is bigger than hip-hop. The Shakur means the comforter of our people. That's the Shakur. That's what the scriptures even said. He's a general, just like he was a follower on earth, trying to help people understand, our people that is, that this is bigger than hip-hop, y'all. That's why he did songs like Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, all these songs that have all the poetic justice, nature of Christ, the Spirit of God. The Spirit of his word is flesh. That means God is a spirit. How can you say you know the Father when you see a son of the Father, you can't even recognize him? Why was he so shining? Why was he shining in darkness? But y'all don't want to believe that the cornerstone that the builders rejected is the same cornerstone that came back and blow up all in y'all faces. Make your children love him. Make everything in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands, and none of y'all want to believe that, because all you people want to believe is your imagination that was painted to you by Disney World, Lion King, and all these foolish so-called whitey Jesus movies. These people are Hollywood beyond belief. That means they're just witchcraft wizards full of nothing but shit between their goddamn ass. That means they got no scientific understanding, but yet they want to call themselves scientists. They got no wisdom. But what they will do is pretend they got wisdom by stealing wisdom. You can't steal wisdom and pretend you have wisdom. I guarantee you that. You's a fool upon a fool. That's what I call the Arabs and the white team, man. They're fools upon fools. Because they will use sexual perversion, they will use sexual demasculination against their own brother, all to make you feel like they're superior because of these bitches. That's all they're trying to please. Why you think they worship the woman? Why you think they got black women all in arms with black men right now trying to say we should try to worship them? We ain't worshiping black women. Black women better stand in line and understand, stand behind us. And that's why Christ even said, get behind thee, Satan. He was talking to the Satan inside the black woman, the other nations inside the black woman, trying to pretend to control her by having her come at her man, her sons, her brothers, her fathers, because she's still lost in the garden, okay? That's why the brother Park was accused by a woman of him doing something to her when she's the one that did something to him. She gave him head on the middle of the dance floor, and she ended up accusing him of having some kind of whatever, you know, R-rated of relationship, and the brother did a little time in jail for that. He went through the chastisement of us, our lives, okay? Everything we represent that this beast of a system has really done to us based on what we trying to represent is to get up out of our predicament. But they keep trying to put us in our predicament using the power of the beast in our women. Because if our women are unruly, there is no coming together as black men trying to put ourselves together to have our nation that is not desired by these people. They don't want us to be in our own land, our own country, our own money, our own banking system, because they know that's what they know will cause them to have nothing but crazy warfare amongst themselves over nothing but eradication of their nation. Because we are the salt of the earth. We are the people that make things happen in this world, that make the world turn. Black men, black women, specifically Negroes, Negroid man, Negroid black woman. Because we're the original. It's like these fools always want to fight their parents. You ever notice a white boy, little white boy would tell their mother, shut up. Their father, whatever, you're gone, you're garbage, you're this and that. That's like the same equivalent to how Judas was ran over by a bunch of children. They chased him down, and this, that's to say, because all these people, all these so-called parents that are of these other nations, including some parents that are of black people, they're all Judas. They're all like Judas, and they're all like Barabbas. Criminals, mafias, that need to understand that this foolishness that they have led themselves to believe because they've made so much money off of the backs of us based on their foolish concupiscence businesses and the way of thoughts because they have no creativity, singing dumb, foolish, mafia, dumbass song like when the moon hits the high like a big pizza pie, it's a more. You're a goddamn foolish, untalented clown. Get lost. Well, Frank Sinatra. Might as well be Frank Sinatra. You're full of nothing but mafia flipping bitch made ass. I'm gonna cast all these guys down. Scorsese, all of them. That's right, this is director R. Moses B. I'm a filmmaker, visionary, and we about to cast all these goddamn Hamitic, goddamn Arabic, goddamn Italian, goddamn foolish ass, no vision. They're lucky Spike Lee didn't whoop their ass. Spike Lee showed y'all Malcolm X. But Malcolm X wasn't the real one. He was just a prelude. He might have been in the midst of the Ezekiel prophecy with Luther King trying to make the raveling of the bones. That's why the brother Park took both of their styles and amalgamated together just to bring y'all the truth of the word made flesh. Because they were both getting clues as to how to bring about this revolution. Because God said it's the spirit of his mouth. He shall consume the wicked. That means we're going to speak words in the air, on YouTube, whatever device, and we're going to consume them as the days go. By the time you know it, the so-called rich guys, they will just fall like flies on a fig tree. You feel me? They don't play games. We casting these fools to sunder before they come for us. Because they ain't got time to come for us. They fighting their own self. That's what God is doing. This is spiritual warfare. So all you hating ass espionage artists out there listening and want to AI listen for your foolishness, you better train your AI to not tell you lies and make you want to put action on people, because that action will be sent right back to you and your family, and you'll make sure you understand the wrath of God will put your ass to sunder. I guarantee you. So if you don't like what I said, then you better just move the hell on. Because we about to finish up and we giving y'all juicy, juicy, juicy revelations, okay? This is bigger than hip-hop. Screw anybody that want to talk that crap about when hip-hop was saying, Ron DMC was saying, walk this way. Because they were trying to say, walk towards the Christ way. That means be about the revolution. It will not be televised. But let's walk in the conscious rap way, because we are going to consume this whole kingdom with the spirit of our mouth. That's the power Christ is giving us as we speak vitriol to the enemies, to show them it's bigger than hip-hop, it's bigger than Miss Universe full of shit contest that this clown Trump runs, and he's still running it up to this day. But now he's using TikTok. Yeah, I said it. That's the truth, y'all. All these women on TikTok showing themselves just like the Miss Universe contest used to be. Y'all remember that? Having men sending them money all over the place. These people think they're so clever. They want to use everything back in the day and make it more for everybody just to screw our community. While their kids just stay away from it and they do it based on according to their parents' wishes. But God is going to confuse all of them. He's going to make them all fight their children, and their children is going to fight them. Once we keep speaking his word out here, putting his truth out here, because his words are spirit. Whatever I'm saying right now is just words. If I was reading scriptures and putting y'all on to some things I've been heard, and I've heard from the Lord's own mouth, because the Bible is his own mouth, not the Bible, the scriptures. Because you all get confused in the lost station, because the secret wasn't meant for some of y'all people out here. But we're going to give y'all the secret in lamest terms. For some people to actually stop believing in fairy tales and for once in their life put a face to Christ. Because they don't want to believe. Even if you feel like, oh, it's making me not believe that you worshiping a man. Nobody worshiping a man. You remember him as a man, but he will be seen as a God when he comes back. Why you think he went away? No, y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to put the clue together. You want to talk out of emotions, out of your goddamn ass. The truth of the matter is, the people of God have always been here. We've been in America before any of these Columbus foolishness became. Before even Caesar Bogus was even understanding who the hell he could have become, which is the Antichrist. Why you think there's so many gay people on the goddamn planet? Because he cast a spell all over the planet in these days for them to be like him. That's why he put out the propaganda of advertisement that he's doing. It's all Hollywood like witchcraft settings based off of a picture. I bet you they probably did a lot of rituals on that picture to go worldwide for so long. What Christ already saw, he recognized their garbage. God already had a plan, he already had his mission. He just let him play it out. Just to bring his son in and say, just smack him like a little baby. Take candy from a baby. That's where the saying goes. How do you take candy from a baby? From a big fat baby. You cry now, laugh later, and by the time you know it, the baby is sad, wondering why you crying. Then you turn around and slap the baby like a goddamn big fat foolish baby and take the candy away from him by force. You understand me? It's bigger than hip hop. Christ Revolution ain't a joke. What's going on behind the scenes is what y'all don't really understand. Why do you think them anomalies are up there for? Them so-called UFO planes and all that stuff. These people want to talk about UFOs. They have their toys, but Christ's Revolution, angels and the armies of the world that they don't know, that's behind the moon. The reason why they came out of the moon so quickly, Michael Jackson even told them, walk back, go backward, get back down to earth. Don't you ever come back up here and pretend you can see anything. But the Spirit of God allowed him to go up there because it was prophesied. When you reach up there in the stars, thence will I bring you down. And that prophecy came to pass in 1969. They did go there. They keep trying to go there again and again, but they can't. Because now they're seeing the power of God by putting their ass down and making sure they can't go back there. They can only go to space and put a satellite and keep trying to watch what's going on. Well, twinkle, twinkle, little star, or how I wonder what you are. Those are just satellites of communication. They're trying to watch everything and hear everyone that's trying to say what it is. But we casting them down. That's the power of God. That's why he said we will do greater works than him. Because we will cast these people down so simple that they'll become babies in diapers walking around wondering what the hell to do with their lives. That's how much I'm going to laugh when I see some of these people just fall. That even their little child will just kick them over like nothing with a little pretzel. That's how much they're weakened their immune system is. And they keep trying to weaken our immune system. They don't understand the power of God. They can do whatever they want to do. Yeah, some of us may pass because we're unaware. This is what they do to the sheeps. Because we're all the sheep trying to wait for the shepherd. This is what they're trying to do to the sheeps. Because they have all this foolishness that existed in Egypt. That's the motherland, Africa. Not Egypt, but Africa. Which was 70 AD Jerusalem time. I was Northeast Africa. That's where we all started. The garden is actually Congo. Congo towards north, and Congo towards east, Congo towards west, and Congo towards south. That's why the cross is called the cross. You get it? That's the garden. Okay? That's why Africa looked like a horn. And the temple is where Congo is at. You get it? It's a cross. If you put a cross right there, you got East Africa, then West Africa. That's one cross right across. That's a parallel line. And you put it up and down, you got South Africa all the way to North Africa. That's God showing you, I'm going to set a crossroads to let these people know that if there's no story, there's no history. You get it? If there's no land, then there's no history or story. But there is land. And it's all about land. Okay? And specifically land for us to be a nation. Because all these people don't want us to be a nation. They all want to linger around us, abuse and use us, and take our women and completely demolish our families secretly with secret plots and popular persuasions and pretend they're so slick. They have no purpose in life. When we keep trying to create like we are supposed to do. We are gods out here. That's right. We are the kings of the king. We're not here for y'all to misunderstand us and want to act like y'all want to combine y'all self together just to come after us. And y'all think this is how you catch a tiger by the toe? Well, you're dealing with a lion. You ain't catching no tiger by the toe. We don't got tigers in our cliques of the 12 tribes. We got lions, wolves, and we got many other literal tribes, up to 12, that are watching you clowns. We are watchmen right now and observing, while the angels, the principalities of God, are controlling the nations, making sure they have no clue. Go watch the news. You see what I'm talking about. Okay? And I know everybody's listening to everybody, and they're trying to find out some of us brothers that are of age that would have any clue of understanding as to what's really going on. And God will reveal his secret to us. That's what he said, and he's doing that. If he didn't pass away in the house of his friends, like in hip-hop, we wouldn't be able to know this stuff. We wouldn't know who he is. He had to be the most famous brother ever. Michael Jackson was famous too, don't get me wrong. But why do you think Michael Jackson's color changed? He did all this stuff. It wasn't him. He was at war for image. Because the king, Christ Shakur, showed him to war against them trying to make you the baddest man on the planet. But really, Michael Jackson, that's why he did the song. Because I'm bad, I'm bad. Because he knew they don't really care about us. They just want to turn us out according to their way of consuming us. That was Satan's plan. And it's been Satan's plan from the beginning of the garden up to now. And it's still his plan. His plan is a joke, y'all. He's trying to turn brothers into sisters, sisters into brothers, and that's his whole entire war plan. That's why Caitlyn Jenner is part of the Satan conglomerate of the leadership. Why do you think he called himself Caitlyn Jenner? Well, Bruce called himself Caitlyn Jenner. You get it? Batman, you get it? Bruce? You get it? Bruce Wayne? He looked like a cartoon Batman, just like a fairy tale. But now he's a bitch. Trying to pretend to run a family like the Kardashians and pretend he gonna make them feel like nobody's gonna see the devil in the detail behind them. Put a dumbass chick named Kris Jenner just to make everybody confused. They don't know who is who. He's playing her and she playing him. And they're trying to make you feel like you ain't never talking about them. Well, we calling their name out and we casting them and rebuking them down. Now watch what's gonna happen to them. Because somebody is revealing their ass and they know they can't find who this person is. And I heard this on so many other platforms. Nobody understands what's going on. The Lord sees everything and he's the one that's in control, and he's going to cast down these people so easily. That's why I love the fact that he had me put it on record, so that when y'all see this happening, you're going to realize you heard it from here first. And we're going to be doing more, y'all. Watch. This is casting down the wicked. No matter how y'all want to say you want to do what you do. What do you think Epstein Island and all this foolishness was for? Because good old Orange Man is part of that. LGBT crappy foolishness. Idolatry was the first sin, and it will be the last sin. Forever and evermore. That means no more of these foolishness. Idolatry meaning the money. For the love of the money. is the loot, the rule, the for the love of the money is the root of evil and wickedness. You get it? A fool that only lived 50 to 80, 90 years want to be over what billions of dollars. Now you can't even spend within a goddamn 1,000 years of your life. That's why he's a goddamn bozo. About Bezos. Nah, your name says it all. All you goddamn clowns need to fall immediately. We don't need to plague the children anymore with these goddamn number games. I'm sick of this foolishness. Got clowns like Bill Gates want to pretend my name mean I'm a gatekeeper. No, you're a goddamn foolish Bill. Like fiat currency, you're nothing but a goddamn twig. Somebody should snap your twig ass neck like a goddamn Superman that fell off the horse. With your foolishness. All these clowns are like Warren Buffett. Always pretending they're rich, where they have something by just putting out a news. Oh, he made money with this investment and blah, blah, blah. You know you stock trading ass, slave trade ass, stock broker market ass fools. I swear to God, man, you put me in front of these people to speak, they will fall in front of my face. The minute I look at them, that's how fearful they are. They don't want to speak to niggas. They don't want to speak to kings. But God will put us in front of them no matter how much they think. They ain't going to come across us. They don't know who we are. We know you're watching. We know you're listening. We know you know who some of us are. Well, don't you worry. You will meet us. And we'll look right at you and you will wonder, why did this person know this is going to be like this? Because God prophesies it. You can do whatever you want to do to us. But I guarantee you, we're going to show you right there, then and there, the God's power that we will come right back and smack you right in the goddamn eye. Because you touch the apple of his eye, he going to let us touch y'all on a level that y'all ain't going to believe it. We ain't going to put our hands on y'all. We're going to say 1, 2 words and you're going to feel the burn inside like you should have gotten melanation by repenting. There's something called inner melanation and outer melanation. You goddamn clowns want to be racist so much that you forgot the way the blood flows, the way the breath. You don't know the foundation of the breath. Spiritual. That's why it's of spirit. But many of y'all want to play games with your goddamn see-through bodies, like goddamn unfinished avatars, trying to be in a Navi body and run around like you some goddamn science project. Some of you people, it's like Hollywood should have smacked you as a baby. Tell you the truth and tell you, don't believe none of this shit. We are just trying to pretend to understand the truth, but we don't know nothing. So it's all witchcraft, y'all. But it's entertainment purposes. Hollywood should have put a disclaimer like that. That's why they say viewers' discretion is advised. Because they were casting witchcraft nature of entertainment. Why do you think the blues became the blues and hip-hop? Meaning we had to bring the revolution through hip-hop because hip-hop was spoken word. We ain't got no time. And then the brother Shakur figured it out to say this is poetic justice. The brother Shakur fully told God, I know who I am. I know what I'm here to do. I know how long I've got to do this work so that the whole world will know who I am. So when I come back, I'm kicking ass and nobody gonna question it. They gonna be on some real understanding of repentance. Otherwise, they might understand that God's eyes, in that time that they see him, when people are falling 10,000 to the side of you and all of that, they're going to realize his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That means he got so much surveillance on these clowns that he sees them in real time. You think Satan's technology is good with his communication hegemony on the earth? Nah, he's a goddamn clown. He ain't got nothing but foolish technology he try to steal from heaven, trying to make a version of it, but he's still like a baby toy compared to what's in heaven. It's like a goddamn bicycle to like something greater than a Tesla, beyond Tesla, your own flying equipment that is so easy that it's on you. It's like a clothing. That's heavenly technology compared to what you see these fools are playing with right here. It's childish nature. Why you think people pass away? They can't conquer death. They have no clue what they're doing. They are death. So don't y'all tell me anything. And some of you women out here want to see life as how you see it from the monetary perspective. You're a goddamn fool. Foolish virgin that has no wisdom. A brother give you life and you want to hate on him. Your father is of the black man's blood and seed. Hell, you white people came out of us and you still don't want to recognize the respect. Everybody came out of us, but you all want to hate so much. It's a reflection of how much you hate yourself. How much you lost your melanation blessing because you don't want to believe that you were like Cain. You did the first unaliving in the garden. And we still in the garden and y'all still trying to do that. Y'all still trying to take us out because you don't want to believe nothing but lies. And when we bring the truth out, instead of y'all finding a way to repent to say our parents surely gave us lies, y'all want to pretend to fight it by doing more unaliving on Abel. That's why we are willing and able. We are God's will and we are able. And all you suckers will be casted down. I guarantee you that. And I'm going to end the show right there for now. Thank y'all for listening. But we tired of these clowns. We ain't giving them an hour no more. Haters will be judged. And all assholes will feel the wrath of God for the job they done in our lives, in our community, throughout generations, for centuries. We done.